Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you guys. It's Daniel from Resurrection Hot Rods here. Phone was being weird yesterday and I had customers just coming and going nonstop, so I never got to finish filming. Luckily, I ran into some snags. We'll go over that here in a second. I did do some things and stuffs. I got the hub off over there. I was gonna take the spindle off. I was running out of time. And do the upper and lower ball joints before I pulled it. I had a time crunch. I had to be home at a certain time and things were fighting me a little bit. And here we have it though. So I went ahead and dropped everything. I did install these bracketries. I took a putty knife and I scraped anything up in between there and get ready for brake clean. And then I kind of wanted to see, I spray painted where the brackets go, but I kind of wanted to see where everything was going to lay out. And then my plan was to take it back off and paint it, but again, I was on a time crunch. I forgot to take the drive line off, so that fought me the entire way. Again, I was just trying to hurry up and do what I can while I could. I did install the leaf springs, little tech tip, put that one in first. That one goes against your exhaust, and they come in from this side. I like my stuff going inboard, just for looks, and it does not come with new bolts, by the way, guys. So that was another fiasco we'll get to in a minute. So I ended up pounding it off till the exhaust, cut it off, pounded it the rest of the way out. But what you do is you put that side hanging in there, and then you get it in this side, get all this stuff out of your way, jack it up, hit that perch forward as far as you can, shackle, and as you're jacking it up, you gotta have to pry down right in here and back here once you get halfway through the back corner to get this side through. That is not the bolt that's going in it, because I had to cut that one off. I was one shy, and I put it in an easier spot to get in and out because I had to go down and buy 14 millimeter by 122 grade 8s, and most of them are gold colored, and I did however find some stainless looking, chrome looking set. They only had 4 though, so I can only do my front end, so that's unfortunate. I ordered more though for the rear, because again, the rear doesn't, wow, my phone's not even close to where I'm at. The rear doesn't come with anything besides the blocks and the U-bolts. So upon further inspection too, if you're gonna get this kit, see that banjo string right there? I could play you a tune. It don't look like it. It looks like it's nice, happy suede bends, but the thing is as stretched tight as it can get, and it's actually bending a little bit in the frame. So you are going to need brake line, and I'm assuming I'm going to run into the same problem up here. So I'm waiting for the bolts for that. It's the weekend, so I haven't ordered it yet, but I'm just going to go ahead and order 4-inch lift springs. Get rid of those blocks. Okay, so here we have it. We have the brackets in. I put the leaf springs on. I'm getting ready to do U-bolts. This is another snag I ran into last night, and I got frustrated, and I had to be somewhere, so I just left. The first thing I did today when I got here was, so these won't go on over the new center pin bolts. So I took a step drill bit, and I just drilled from each side, and now it slides on. Because what I was trying to do was clean them up and paint them, and I just had the thought, like, I wonder if that even fits. So I stopped and I set it on there, and it was like that, because this nut for this new center pin on the sleeve spring is much larger than the factory one, so those weren't sitting in there, and I was out of paint, out of patience, out of bolts, and I was like, you know what, I'll address all that tomorrow. So I just got that drilled out. I'm gonna clean this thing up and get back to painting. Here's my lower one, and I'm gonna assume that hole should be right there. That's not gonna affect anything or change anything, because that's still a factory pin. So we're gonna put those on. I'm gonna get the U-bolts in. As you can tell, I can only get the bolt halfway started because everything's kind of in a bind, and I'm not gonna do the way behind song again. And then I'm gonna get my jack over there and get that other one up in there and figure out what I did with that bolt. I know that I have a bolt sitting here, but it ruined the threads on the way out. So we'll see. Oh boy, not this again. As you can see there, it came all the way out with the impact gun, and when it came out, it was shiny, and I was like, oh boy, that's neat. So I'm gonna drill this one out too. Yeah, I'm gonna pause here. Next goal is to finish cleaning that up. I'm not gonna walk you guys through that. That's boring, yawn. Clean that up, paint it, get my U-bolts on, get that sucked up in there, get that bolt in, and then I'll come back and then I'll show you what I did, and then I'll jack up the other I-beam and do the same process on this side. And I'm hoping, because Monday's coming around the corner, it's Sunday afternoon now. Monday, he's told me, he goes, if you start this, are you gonna be able to roll this out here Monday morning so we can work? And I said, oh yeah, no problem. I've ran into nothing but problems. So I'm gonna not be complete. Part 4 will be complete. I have to get sway bar bushings that didn't come with the kit. That's gonna irritate me. I wanna get new bolts for that. I wanna sandblast those and paint them. So I'm gonna get this thing rolling so I can get it back over there behind the race focus in the storage unit so that we can work Monday, which is tomorrow. I got some new rattle cannies. Yeah, so I'm gonna pause and get started so I can keep true to my promise. Gonna take a second here. That was a workout. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Red Bull, for performance gaining enhancement. Even though I had 2 sips of it. It does not give you wings. Do not jump off things. Disclaimer. Okay, so it was a bear. This wasn't going quite as planned. These are still loose. I ended up doing reverse order just for cuz. Normally I put those on. Wait, no, this on and then that. I didn't do that on the other side. I just wanted to try it out. Because of how tall these springs are and how stiff they are, they don't like to bend. And so what happens when I put those in there, even though those drop down, like I was explaining before in a different video, that you'd be too scissored out. And even with the drop brackets, you still kind of are. It was a bear to get those lined up. So what I did first was I put it on the leaf spring, jacked it up, and then tried to put the pivot bolt in. And as you can see, my friend the Porter Power wasn't here earlier. It stopped by because that was 3 times as hard as doing it the first way that I said. I would much rather put that bolt in and fight this than the other way around. Heads up. Now, the U-bolts are sitting there kind of loosey-goosey. As you can see, there's a big gap there. I'm going to start pulling that tight and adjusting it around, but the dowels, the dowel off of the center pin dowel off of the leaf spring is like that long. So it is home and it's tapered, which is really, thank the Lord they did that, because the stock springs are just a little, I don't know, 3/8 long, perfectly round. And if you don't nail the hole, you miss it, which is on that bottom plate. So I got the bottom plate in started first, and I got it hanging there. And then I got that dowel into the axle and started jacking it up. So jack stands are in, everything's kind of bolted in. The pitman arm's fighting me. As you can see, I said I was going to take my drag links off. I'm still trying my absolute best not to use a pickle fork. I really am. I'm trying so hard. Or heat. But it's not working. This has been on there since 85. No one's ever changed it, doesn't appear. And I'm just going to get all new tie rod ends. Yes, I know that one's attached, so I'm really hoping that I can be delicate with that. Otherwise, I have to get a new drag link. Today, I was wanting to get everything cleaned up and painted. I got anything where it mounts, I've cleaned it up. Anywhere the brackets go, I've cleaned up and painted. And anything that is behind shocks and stuff is why I left the shocks off, because I'm gonna go ahead and clean all that up and paint it. But I'm really on a time crunch. I've got to get this thing rolling out of here tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and button that up. I believe I'm just gonna do the ball joints and the sway bars on a different video. And then so I'm gonna spend the rest of the day kind of cleaning up my axle, and cleaning up my mess. I cleaned up a lot of it, but this is not like me whatsoever. I'm a very organized person, and this is driving me insane. This is all the stuff from last night. I picked it up off the floor, so if they came in today, they weren't annoyed that I was using the shop and I'm a disaster, because this is me. This is my life. I'm a very this is driving me. This is not me. But I was trying to hurry up, beat the clock, get everything as far as I can done. I was wanting to roll it out last night so I didn't have to come in here today, because today is the Sabbath day. Technically, if you really want to get an argument, Saturday's the old Sabbath day. That's a whole nother channel. I'm not doing that. But I do attend church on Sundays, and this isn't technically work since it's for me. But I made a deal, and I need to stick to my word, and I need to get this beast out of here shortly. So I'm going to button it up and get the wheels and tires on it, and I will pause and get all the painted, and I will put a 37 on, so at least we can look like what it looks like on a 30. I'm trying to wrap. We will see what it looks like with a 37. And then I'll push it out in the storage unit, and then on another video, as I mentioned before, I'm going to do sway bars. I don't think I'll have my springs here by then. I'm going to swap those bolts out on a different day. I'm going to do upper and lower ball joints another day, and I will show you all of that stuff. So let me get it cleaned up. We'll do a little walk through and a little video with the tire before I get out here tonight. So be right back. Sponsor. It's just one of those days. Oh my goodness. Oh, better than a stud, I guess. I don't know. I just figured I'd film that real quick. I'll be back.